Qualcomm. Good morning. It is 6:03 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7/19/2012. Not only that, we're featuring the SMF 2012 growth story, which was on Qualcomm, and we have the live videos for Qualcomm. Back in the 90s was a great company because I was there. They have a new build out, and they're going to benefit at times throughout the build out. There will be slow periods as we're experiencing now in calendar 2012, July, in this particular quarter. Their guidance wasn't good. It was downside because they wanted to match the weakness that's in the market worldwide. However, when you take a look at where the value is looking forward, is Qualcomm did say what they had to say about that, but investors are looking way beyond what that report said. And when we had featured Qualcomm last year at stockmarketfunding.com, we took Qualcomm from the bottom down here in 2011 when it was at its cheapest area. And Qualcomm was going to get better in the earnings cycle. When we were featuring the Qualcomm back here in 2011, Mr. Goley, as you were aware of, and many others, is that where would that growth story be? But how it peaked up here and where it was going to be a short, and how we came all the way back down here. And right now we're getting a gap right into resistance level at right below 60. Right here, Qualcomm. 5605, 5928, 5930. We continue to feature Qualcomm in calendar 2012, moving into 2013 forward-looking build-out, and what that new chipset that Qualcomm has to offer would once again increase overall revenues. What would those revenues look like in a 4-quarter to 6-quarter adjustment? And why at times you can take advantage of buying that great run, but then when things got slow up here in the economy, they pulled all the way back in Qualcomm. And so we're going to gap up here, and we're going to look at acquiring more Qualcomm because Qualcomm has a long ways to run to break its calendar 2012 highs. Right now, that $3 gap is what we have. And people are saying to themselves, well, boy, the report wasn't that great, but the stock is gapping up. Well, this is a different story than those other ones that will be like that, but Qualcomm isn't going to be like that. So it is the trade of the week. It is a calendar year trade feature, Qualcomm, within its growth structure and coming out forthright to let us know exactly where those earnings are, what their report. And you'll be able to get a good copy of that report at stockmarketfunding.com. Featured trade of the week, featured growth story from the bottom of the where these stories were good over here, where we featured Qualcomm. And why did it take Qualcomm the amount of years that it has to return back to the marketplace with higher price trading ranges? See, that's $3.48, well, about $3.50. So therefore, Qualcomm must be featured on a daily basis in call and put structure as well. $55 calls will come into play. When it breaks that resistance level and it wants to come up here, $61 is where, we could say like $61.75, and this is in pre-market, 6:09 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7/19/2012. And once again, it's our growth story on Qualcomm. And when Qualcomm pulls back like it does, and it's priced in in the shorter time frame of what its earnings are going to be, but forward looking is where do the hedge fund managers and everybody else want to create in their world, they call it new alpha. Well, when you break them highs up here, we're going north. And over the next several quarters, even though the current slowdown has been disclosed, that will change based on build outs and who they supply to. Okay. Broadcom's another one that we'll be featuring. I'll just tail end it here. Um, this one has sold down considerably, and just like Qualcomm back in the days, Broadcom had a great business model, but we'll be featuring that one later again. And right now we're going to stick with the Qualcomm. So Qualcomm has an intraday process for MMTs, is that when it gaps up, it'll hit its final highs, it'll pull back, it'll get support, you get in there and you get to trade it. We'll take a look and see what a $60 put looks like and a $55 call. Trade of the week, Qualcomm.